Here we start the transfer of old cine films, and the first being the dedication of the Battle Honours flag at Westminster Abbey on the 15th of April 1961. It was a wonderful occasion, and we had a great number of relatives. There's Colonel Newman on the right talking to Peter Young. That's a government representative. And here's the Warrington party. That looks like Tan Rudge on the left. And here's George Rees and Ron Birch. And there's Reverend Maurice Wood, as he was then, arriving. Another representative of one of the governments, and these are the Lord and Lady Mayor of Westminster arriving. This, I think, was Lady Keys. Sidney Gambrel, I think, of 6th Commando. And here is Major Chips Heron of 5 Commando. There's Maurice Chauvet over from France. And here's Brigadier Mills Roberts and Major Jennery from Canada, Bob Jennery. Here's Lady and Sir Campbell Hardy. Sir Campbell, bless him, there he is. And this is a still I've made of Colonel Vaughan handing over the Roll of Honour book to the Dean. And here's Captain Jock Alexander, the standard bearer of the Battle Honours flag on that day. Here we have Colonel Charles Vaughan in the middle, Pat Porteous on the right, and Colonel Newman on the left, and they march with the Roll of Honour book from the Abbey to this lectern in the cloisters, close to the Commando Memorial, where all the relatives and comrades were going to walk past and into the Westminster School Hall, where we had a reception. We had an escort of one Royal Marine Sergeant on the right, and on the left, or just going behind him now, is Bill Norman, who served on after the war. He was in number 2 Commando. There's Charles Vaughan putting the Battle Honours flag in a special holder that we had there standing between the submarine mariner and the Commando Memorial. There's Lawrence McCallum, Jock, and Jack Rawlinson, and Frank Letts and Bill Alban. They were the escort for the flag. There's the Reverend John Armstrong and other Commando Padres who were all robed for the occasion. Kit Kelly, I see there. And then we had the procession of the there's Gordon Holman in the centre there, who was the war correspondent and went to San Jose with the men there. There's General and Mrs. Wildman Lushington. And I think that's just Colonel Dudley Lister going past. Here's Colonel Robert Dawson and his family. And Lord Lovat I can see just behind there on the left, walking past the Brigadier Trevor here on the left. That was, I think, General Rhys Richards, who was a colonel in 43 Commando. There's Mrs. Armstrong on the right. And I think that was the Commissioner for Zeeland who came over from Middelburg in Holland in the centre. And here's Ken Kennett and Jean Kennett, 4 Commando. There's Colonel Houghton, I think, on the right. You can just see. That's Colonel Jack Churchill and his family. Here's Lady Keyes. And here we have Brigadier Todd on the left and Colonel Allen of 9 Commando. That's Mrs. Keir, the mother of Captain Eric Keir, who was killed in 3 Commando in Normandy. I think that was Colonel Christopher of the Mountain Regiment, who were attached to 1st Brigade in Germany. These are some of the widows from Troon, I suppose, who are trying to find the names of their loved ones, but they did get an opportunity after the reception to come back and look at the book more closely. Colonel Brigadier Todd again, just gone off the picture. Now it's Jean Keenan on the right, and that's Margaret. I can't remember her surname now, but they're both from Troon, and that's Margaret's son behind. They're trying to find their particular loved ones, but it wasn't easy at that period with all the great number of people passing by. That, I think, was Colonel Warner Bray of 5 Commando and his wife. These are relatives from far and wide. They came, Scotland and Cornwall, and we had them from all over, some and several from the continent. I think that's Mrs. Wall of Troon, another relative of a 4 Commando comrade. I can remember quite a lot of the faces from those days, so now so long ago, but I'm afraid the names escape me at the moment. I think, oh, there's Sergeant Major Bill Portman. Here's Colonel Dudley Lister again on the left, and Colonel Robert Dawson again. I think we must have repeated these were taken by the ITV cameraman, I think it was at the time, and they kindly transferred